Friday, July 24th, 2026. I want to ask that, well, first of all, thank you for being here on this Friday and summer. Usually we take, I think July off, but there's some business to tend to today, so thanks for being with us. I want to ask that we stand so that we can recite our pledge of allegiance together.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, is there a certification of a quorum? We do have one, I think.
Yep, I'll go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Town of Ashland, Mayor Quebec.
Here.
Charles City County, Mr. Patterson.
Present.
Chesterfield County, Mr. Carroll.
Present.
Richland County, Mr. Winfrey.
Here.
Hanover County, Mr. Davis.
Present.
Henrico County, Chair Nelson.
Present.
New Kent County, Mr. Moyer.
Present.
Powhatan County, Mr. Donati.
Here.
City of Richmond, Mayor Vula.
Here.
Virginia House of Delegates, Delegate Cousins. Virginia Senate, Senator Bagby.
Present.
Commonwealth Transportation Board, Mr. Davis.
Here.
Capital Region Airport Commission, Mr. Miller. Mr. Rutledge. GRTC, Ms. Adams.
Here.
RMTA, Ms. Dean. Ms. Marshall.
Here.
BDRBT, Ms. Zimmerman. Mr. Trogdon. VDOT, Mr. Bridge. Mr. Totten.
Here.
Virginia Port Authority, Ms. Nelson.
Here.
And we do have a quorum.
And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I did receive Ms. Nelson's request to participate remotely. As her principal residence is more than 60 miles from the meeting location.
Motion approved, Mr. Chair.
Second. All right, been moved and second that we approve Ms. Nelson's remote participation. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. Are there any amendments to the agenda? All right, hearing none. Can I receive and motion to to approve our CVTA minutes from the June meeting?
So moved.
Moved and second. All right.
The vote was reading.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Is there anyone here to speak on public comment? If there is. All right, sir. Just share your name and locality and give you a few minutes to share.
All right, my name is Ben Pollard. I'm a resident of Richmond City, and I work for the Partnership for Smart Growth. We're a nonprofit that advocates for Richmond region that plans sustainably, grows inclusively, and connects communities. I'm here today because I saw on the agenda that there's the discussion around the regional funding criteria, what projects can get submitted. And earlier this week, I'd seen an article in the Henrico Citizen talking about how many localities in the region really want to see more transit, but they're not sure how to get funded for it or how to be able to fund transit in their locality. And so I just wanted to, I guess, open the idea of there is the regional, like the 35% of money that the CVTA gets for capital projects. And I think that there are likely ways for that, for there to be more opportunities for localities, particularly rural localities, to get funding for capital transit projects. And transit is vitally important, as you all know. My roommate is a nurse and relies on transit to go to work every day, and it also impacts where my roommate chose to live and also to work. They worked down at VCU Health at the hospital, and they chose to work there because there was a bus line to get to, like, from our apartment to there. And so transit impacts how people get to their jobs, how people see their families, how they get groceries, and is a vital tool to allow people in the Richmond region to thrive. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any other public comments? There is someone online? Yes, if you're online and you're here for public comments, you're now unmuted and able to speak to us.
Hi, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect. Good morning, members of the CVTA. My name is Kevin Cianfarini. I'm a resident of Richmond City, and I'm also a co-lead with Climate Change Makers RVA. We advocate for climate positive policies in Central Virginia. I'm here today to speak about the process to update the CVTA's regional funding framework and what we hope to see in the resulting update. As an organization, we're advocating for a regional funding framework that provides as many funding opportunities for pedestrians, bikers, transit as there are currently for highway and road development. Right now, the CVTA's funding limits transit funding so that it only matches external funds such as grants and limits bike and pedestrian facilities to regional trail networks and their connecting spurs. Eligible road projects, however, have no limitations requiring matching external funds, nor are they required to be regional projects. Even the map showing what roads are eligible for project submission includes many local roads here in Richmond City. Central Virginia needs more transportation options. People want to walk, bike, and take the bus, but the infrastructure supporting those modes of transportation is severely lacking in our region. Giving people the option to travel how they prefer starts with giving other modes of transportation the same funding opportunities that road projects currently have. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your participation, sharing your comment remotely. Anyone else? All right, let's continue to move forward with our agenda. I'm going to skip chairman's report. I may say something later. I'm going to go ahead and ask Chad if he has anything for executive director's report.
Mr. Chair, I do not, but I would love to see the floor to Delegate Cousins for a presentation for the CVTA.
Delegate Cousins.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So as you know, we had the, I think, longest session ever, at least that but when we went back in on June 29th, we were able to get a commending resolution for the Central Virginia Transportation Authority on, I think it's the 5th anniversary is what we have in the resolution. So I hope that's right. So just wanted to present that today. And I won't read the whole thing, but just a couple lines. And so I guess on behalf of Senator Bagby as well. But we have a resolution here that was agreed to by the House of Delegates on June 22nd, 2026, commending the Central Virginia Transportation Authority. And just a couple of highlights. Whereas by leveraging regional sales and gas tax revenues, the Central Virginia Transportation Authority has strengthened the region's ability to plan for the future, prioritize transportation investments, and direct more than $1.1 billion in support to projects of both local and regional importance. And whereas through responsible stewardship of public funds and a sustained commitment to long-range transportation planning, the Central Virginia Transportation Authority has become an essential partner in shaping a more connected and resilient future for Central Virginia. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the House of Delegates that the Central Virginia Transportation Authority hereby be commended for its outstanding work to improve transportation in Central Virginia and for its significant contributions to public transportation, local transportation funding, and regionally significant transportation projects on the occasion of its 5th anniversary. So congratulations and thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Delegate Cousins, for thinking of us, and Senator Bagby and the whole General Assembly for acknowledging the work of the CVTA 5 years. Seems like just yesterday. I think Kevin may be the only person in the room that has served as an officer from 5 years ago. And but many of us remember the origination of this awesome institution that has done so much to forward transportation projects and the work regionally. And so thank you for recognizing that and being with us on the board at this time. Let's move forward to new business. There are a couple of VDOT project agreements. CVTA 0057, which is a short pump area improvement. You can find that on page 14, and CVTA 0041, Route 288 southbound, hard shoulder. That's page 23. So I'll get Chet to share those, and then we'll do roll call votes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think you've covered most of it. Just a quick highlight for CVTA 57 is the Northgate interchange, the short pump area improvements. This is a VDOT administered project. The allocated project funding amount is $62,476,000. The details are in the packet starting on page 15 for that project agreement. And then the second project is CVTA 41, Route 288 southbound hard shoulder running lane. Again, a VDOT administered project. That is on page 24 in your packet. And the amount of that agreement is $9,962,106. And both of those have been reviewed by the TAC and the Finance Committee and are presented this morning for approval of the project agreements as presented.
We need to vote individually.
I would think we can do a roll call vote too.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna do one roll call vote and together. We do need a motion to accept the project agreements. First of all, I'm sorry, does anyone have any questions? All right, hearing none, can we get a motion?
I thought maybe you'd want to make it since some of it's a record.
All right, thanks, sir. So moved.
I'll second it.
All right, moved in second. Let's go to the roll call vote.
Town of Ashland, Mayor Trevette.
Aye.
City of Richmond, Mayor Vula.
Yes.
Chesterfield County, Mr. Carroll.
Aye.
Charles City County, Mr. Patterson.
Aye.
Goochland County, Mr. Winfrey.
Aye.
Hanover County, Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Henrico County, Chair Nelson.
All right,
New Kent County, Mr. Moyer.
Aye.
Powhatan County, Mr. Donati.
Aye.
Virginia House of Delegates, Delegate Cousins. Virginia Senate, Senator Bagby.
Aye.
Commonwealth Transportation Board, Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Motion passes.
all right, thank you. Chet, regional framework update timeline, colleagues, page 32.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. This is, as you all know, what we consider an off year in the CVTA funding cycle on the regional side. This is a smart scale year, so we are doing work in the interim before our next round of regional applications opens up next summer. One of the things that TAC does during this time, and that now we've done it at least once before, is to assess our regional framework, which is our guide for evaluating and recommending regional projects that get that 35% funding. The TAC is already working hard. We have been taking notes for the past year as we've moved through the last round of regional funding on things that we may want to address with the framework. And TAC is ready to start working. We're assuming we have set up a tentative timeline through the TAC to start that process over multiple meetings throughout the fall and be prepared to come back with possibly a workshop or at least a recommendation to the Finance Committee and the Authority next spring that will set us up for the next round 5 regional funding starting next summer. What we are looking for today is direction from the Authority to follow this framework and direct the TAC to undertake a thorough review of the existing regional project and selection framework and recommend updates as needed with any amendments occurring before the round 5 regional project selection process starts. We do have at least a couple members of TAC here to answer any questions if there are any. There's a memo on page 33 which I drafted, that kind of outlines what we're focusing on, at least initially with the TAC, with some of the thoughts that we're going to consider, including, projected volumes and the comprehensive plan inclusion, those kinds of notes in the bullets on the bottom of the page. And then a tentative timeline on page 34, starting with the August TAC meeting for our initial, kickoff of this process with, as I said, a spring 2027 expected recommendation for the authority. Happy to take any questions.
All right, questions for Chet? Or TAC members? Yes.
Just obviously, this is one of the reasons why we do this update, right? Because if we look at page 39, when we look at the populations that are listed, they need to be updated because I think we've adopted the Weldon Cooper numbers. And these are the actually 2020 census numbers. So this is a reason why we do these, look at this every year because things change. And even how when we look at the success or not success of some of the projects and how we've done it. So I think it's absolutely appropriate for us to be looking at this.
All right, thank you. Any other questions, comments? All right, I think
guess
it's,
I
yes.
just one quick thing in light of the, public comments that we heard today. So I noticed that on page 38 with the percentages of the breakdowns, it does look like, well, there's 15% that goes to the GRTC and then 50% that can be distributed proportionally to a number of projects to include sidewalks, trails, or transit located in the locality. And then sort of this description on pages 41 and 42 about bike, pedestrian, and transit, which sort of, it seems to limit the use of the fund. So is there any way that maybe we could look at, I don't know, expanding what's allowed to sort of address, some of the public comments that we heard today?
Sure. Thank you, Delegate. I think those are great questions. The eligibility on table 2 on page 41 is specific to the 35%, the regional funds. And the intent when the authority was created was that those regional funds would be set aside for the big idea regional projects that are going to be hard to find support for otherwise. There are no restrictions on local funds, so 50% of all of our revenues can be used for whatever priorities the locality set. And then obviously the GRTC funds are specific to transit. But I think that this is the right time, as Mr. Carroll said, to talk about these types of criteria and revise those as needed to best meet the needs of the region. So
Thank you.
we'll certainly take that in.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I do think, since you brought it up, and I think it's a great time to have the conversation, it's also something that the state could look at their level as to how matching funds are apportioned. Like, so if we bring a PED project forward, for example, or even when we brought, the CVTA put the first $105 million towards the Fall Line Trail, right? And then the General Assembly took action to actually add funds into the budget to deal with trailways and things like that. So it's an opportunity when we look at how we're going to match funds for stuff, that the criterion at the state level, how those funds are allocated based on what we're putting forward, could also equally be looked at to make sure that we can, what if there's a really big regional project? I don't think we're there yet for rail, but in the future. Right. So, and that changed the game for everybody. And I think a lot of people went on the intercity visit recently, were able to see how that changes the dynamic in other parts of the country. We're not there yet, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't plan for the future. So, good.
Thank you.
Good that you brought that up.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good stuff. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
I noticed, you mentioned a workshop is coming up and that would interact with the TAC and the board, is that correct?
That would be next spring, possibly, when we're ready to present this.
I'm just wondering if there's any opportunities to communicate with the board between now and then, progress, or is that gonna happen?
Absolutely. We
Part
can,
of the
we
process.
can schedule that. Yes, sir.
I just think it's a, something particularly for me to go through this process and really understand in detail what the CVTA is all about. I had difficulty getting my arms around some of the things. I know you gave me some onboarding help and all that, but this is a great opportunity to really buy into it. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? And good to, Mr. Spoonhouse. Mr. Spoonhouse is still around too, right? He's still on your board? Neil, is he still? Yeah.
He's the ultimate.
Yeah. So I mean,
He'll be here in October because I'm gonna
yeah,
be
a
in
lot
October.
of this stuff that we've done, Neil was intricately involved
Oh,
in,
yeah.
so, yeah. Anyone else? All right, so I think this is a good, recommendation to direct TAC to undertake a thorough review. Just need a motion to
So moved.
cement that. All right, motion made, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, let's go to the reports. Financial activities and investment report.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. On page 57 is our latest update for tax collections and distributions. And page 58 is our monthly investment report, all through March 2026. I will note that we have adjusted, hopefully, to provide some more clarity, the headings at the top of the tax collections table. We have reorganized this. As you know, there is a lag in reporting for when the taxes are actually brought in versus when they're reported to the boards on the state side. So what we've done is reword this with the months that match, so that you can see our latest report. The expenditure month was actually March, but was reported to us in May. So next month, or the next reporting we will get, hopefully in the next week. It's usually the last week of the month, will be the expenditure months of April, reported through June. So that is hopefully going to provide a little bit more clarity in terms of, we have seen an example we have seen in the past where there are questions about holiday spending. And it was a question of when were those funds actually expended? When were they brought in? Does it impact everything? And you could see here the changes in the months kind of reflect the holiday spending a little bit better than the other way we presented it. So otherwise, the investment report, not a lot has changed. We are seeing earnings trailing prior year just because of lower rates. Expectations are that those are going to stay steady for the remainder of this year. We are still outperforming all the yield benchmarks, but the year-over-year is lagging due to maturing investments. So once, I guess, an addendum to the investment report, we are working with the TAC to update. We do a biannual update of our project expenditure plans. So every regional project that has money allocated to it, the TAC is doing detailed work to identify the time frame for when those projects kick off, when they go through each of their phases, whether that's right away, engineering or construction. So we will know exactly when the expectations are for our regional funds to be needed. Using that, and we've developed a tool with PFM, our financial advisors, to then be able to predict at any one point how much available funding we might have on the regional side to invest. So we will have that tool updated once the spend down plans are completed by our localities, and that should be in the next probably 30 to 45 days. So I'll come back to the authority at some point early fall to provide an update, and I'll definitely brief Finance Committee in more detail on that when we're ready to take that step.
All right, thank you. Questions for Chet as it relates to the financial activities and investment report? All right, seeing none, let's go to the TAC update. Mr. Wagner, yes, sir.
Morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. I'll be very brief. As you'll do momentarily, the primary change at the TAC this month was to elect new officers. So I'll be taking over as TAC chair for Mr. Vidunas. Want to thank Mr. Vidunas and also Smith for their leadership over the past year leading the TAC. And Mr. Vidunas couldn't be here today because he was out of town, but he also wanted to express his gratitude to this body for their support throughout his time in TAC leadership. So looking forward to supporting you all over the next year. I'm happy to take any questions as well.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Wagner? All right, thank you, Mr. Wagner. Probably the shortest type report I've ever heard.
Gonna love having you as chair.
Caught me off guard. All right, other business. First of all, I want to let you know, well, Sean, were you going to speak under the CVTA member comments about your polo shirt this morning? And your suit.
I hadn't planned on it, Mr. Chairman. Hanover County is being hosted at Glover Park in Henrico County for a kickball tournament where we have a number of our folks. So thank y'all for hosting and the competition. So I'll be leaving here and directly heading to the official regional kickball tournament, Mr. Chairman.
Are you actually participating or are you going to support?
If I have time to stretch. I'll bring it.
So that's a no.
Yeah, I told Sean when I saw him, I was actually disappointed. I thought it was tomorrow, so I wanted to just go check it out. So it's pretty cool thing going over at Glover, give our staff opportunity kind of unwind and have some fun. So last night I was at the Comto. Is that how you said it?
Yeah.
Comto.
Yeah.
Yeah, Comto regional meeting and the Conference of Minority Transportation Officials over at the VDOT facility in Hanover. And the Secretary of Transportation was a speaker last night. And I think I saw a few of you there. Great event. The chief of, no, not chief of staff, the legislative, what's Joe's title, Cheryl?
Governmental affairs.
Governmental affairs leader for GRTC is the chair of the local group. But anyway, the Secretary of Transportation spoke last night for a decent amount of time and mentioned our leader, Chet, several times in his talk. And just small, something small, but it also shows that he respects Chet's leadership, but also Chet is respected in that room. So I wanted to make sure that I shared that publicly, that that our leader is a respected leader, not just in the region, but in the Commonwealth. So I wanted to shout him out for that. Also, Delegate Cousins, I was trying to ask one of our staff people what the percentage was. We spent of the last regional go around of money, over 30% with PED, bike, transit money in this last batch, millions and millions of dollars. So we made sure that last time when money went out all across to all these big projects, we are definitely making sure that whether it's bike, transit, pedestrian, GRTC, Amtrak, airport, whatever, multimodal is so as we continue to look at it, do know that we've already done it. All right. Now it's time for election of officers for fiscal year 26 that starts technically August.
Starts July 1.
July 1. Okay, so we get overtime.
Get the same pay.
Yeah. So we need to nominate a new chair and vice chair. and I can't remember how we normally do this, so I just start. First of all, saying thank you, colleagues, for allowing me to serve as chair for another year. And I know many of you want me to continue to serve, but I'm going to turn it over to somebody else. So I'm just playing. I nominate our current vice chair, Mr. Kevin Curl, who has extensive experience with CVTA and in the transportation world in our region, to serve as chair. Are there any other nominations for chair?
Move that we close nominations.
All right, so all in favor of Kevin Curl serving as chair, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you, everyone.
All right, is there a nomination for vice chair?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate Mayor Avula to be vice chair.
All right, are there any other nominations for vice chair?
Move to close nominations.
Thank you. All right, all in favor for Mayor Daniel Avula to serve as vice chair, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so there we go. That's our slate of officers for fiscal year 26-27. Woo-hoo, congratulations. What you want, what you want to do?
You're still doing a great job.
Okay.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
You're on overtime.
Chet, appointment of CVTA Finance Committee members, just give
Yes,
us a
sir.
quick update on what that, how do we normally do that?
Absolutely. I'm gonna ask Mo to seat zone.
Thank you, Mo.
We have, in our bylaws, there are rules that we follow in terms of the makeup and appointment of members of the Finance Committee. There are 5 members of the Finance Committee. 3 of those members are permanent to the locality for the city of Richmond, Chesterfield, and Henrico County. And then the authority appoints the remaining 2 members on an annual basis, typically from the remaining 6 jurisdictions. And we have from time to time discussed using a rotation to appoint those remaining 2 members. That has not always worked in our first 5 years due to other circumstances. But what Mo is passing out is a potential rotation for appointment of those remaining 2 Finance Committee members so that there is good representation of the entire region on the Finance Committee. Thank you. So what we are looking at for 2027, in the interest of continuity, and assuming he is willing to serve, Mr. Moyer would serve 1 additional year on the Finance Committee with a new appointment of the town of Ashland. So Mayor Trevette would take up the 2nd or the 5th spot on the Finance Committee. And we have set it up so there would be a rotation every year so that Mayor Trevette would be the rookie this year and the senior next year. And we would be able to rotate in a new locality out of those 6 every year for a period of two years. We think that this would be a good rotation, assuming everyone is able to serve. It is not organized by any method other than trying to get everyone a seat at the table on a regular basis. So if any locality sees issues with these appointments, these times, then we could certainly adjust. We have also included because we are, everyone in this room serves multiple roles, the scheduled rotations for both Plan RVA and the TPO in terms of the chairmanship, not all of the officers, but and we think that in this regard, we can accommodate everyone's needs and not overload anyone's schedules more than necessary. Again, this can be adjusted as needed, but Mr. Chair, that's the recommendation if the authority wishes to follow it.
Colleagues, questions, concerns?
Well, I guess one other note, I'm sorry.
Yes. Mhm.
Officer elections are carried out within the committee. So once we have the 5 members, the August Finance Committee meeting the officers will be elected from within.
Questions? All right, so we need to take a vote on this?
Yes, please.
All right, so can we get a motion to accept the 27 Finance Committee members, which would be Richmond, Chesterfield, Henrico, New Kent, Ashland? Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, motion made in second, all in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? All right, thank you. All right, agency reports. Chad, is there anything to report?
No, sir. There's a link in the packet if you have a digital version to the Plan RVA newsletter, which highlights activities from both Plan RVA, the TPO, and the CVTA. I don't believe there are any other reports. Ms. Shepherd, do you have anything else that? Okay. No, that's it.
All right, what about CVTA member comments?
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
First, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve as the chair next year. As Mr. Nelson mentioned, I was here for the first one. It was 5 hours. That meeting was 5 hours long of us trying to set up this organization, including with the, and I think that we've come a long way since then. And we've certainly all worked together very well since then. And I look forward to helping us continue to really make a huge difference in Central Virginia, which we absolutely have. And now we see the positive results of that coming out of the ground in transportation projects all over the Central Virginia that otherwise may not have been funded. Especially the first one that we funded with the help of the CTB, which was the Fall Line Trail. We now have sections of that open, and I think that was a big vision for the region. I can't wait for it to be completed. I think it's going to be spectacular for people to be able to traverse that trail. And also, I think it's going to spur economic development all up and down the trail and bring people here from all parts of the Commonwealth and perhaps other parts of the country to come here. And while they're here, even, if they come in for sports tourism or for whatever reason to visit any one of our communities, they might go, oh, wow, we can go to this Fall Line Trail over here. We have so many different things within our region that each one of our localities brings. And one of the things that I look forward to trying to do, besides showcasing the CVTA in the future, one of the things we're working towards at the Capital Region Airport Commission is the branding of the airport, and how can we actually highlight all of the great things in the region at that airport. So when someone lands, they go, oh, wow, they got this in New Kent, I can go to this. So they have this in Henrico, I can go to that. Or they have this in Richmond, I can go to that. And so, that's getting that bigger message out, the big picture out is what I'm going to try and focus on over the next year with y'all's help. Because we know we have a lot of people moving here, but they don't know enough about the Richmond region. They don't know what's available to them. And so by highlighting transportation projects, we highlight different parts of the region. I was talking to someone the other day about the 64 widening project, and they're so excited about it because they've traveled to the beach all the time and they see how it is on the other side. Not excited about tickets, by the way, but they are really excited about what that means to the region. So I appreciate the work that everybody does. And if you don't have my cell phone, Chet will update the list for everybody again and make sure everybody has it. And certainly if there's any question about anything, feel free to reach out, give me a call, text me, and be more than happy to help in any way that I can. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Earlier this week, the CTB did meet in Bristol. We were out there for a couple of days, and a couple of takeaways from that. There are discussions about revenue share and how it could affect localities that are going in for revenue share on projects. I would encourage you all to take a look at that. There's a priority 1, priority 2 ranking system as it relates to funding. The goal is to fund more projects completely and get those projects funded. But there may be some changes, so we need to take a look at that. And the revenue share is pretty important function as it relates to getting projects done, particularly in our rural localities. Just want to make sure that that's on the radar for folks. Secondly, we have 5 new CTB members in this year's round of appointments. 2 of the 5 are urban at large, and they are domiciled here in the Richmond area. So my goal is to reach out to these folks and get them in here for just a meet and greet, so everybody can have experience, put a name with the face. And they may be known to some of you already. That's Mary Ann Radcliffe and Grinley Johnson. Mary Ann Radcliffe she's with Kemper Advisors, served in the Allen administration. Grinley has served, I believe, as a Deputy Secretary of Transportation in the McCullough administration, and then again was served in the Northam administration. So may already be known to you, but I'd like to get them in just to put a name with the face. They will be here in Richmond. They are urban at large, so they cover topics that address the state in its entirety as it relates to urban matters. You'll continue to see me. There will be no change in my, per the secretary, there will be no change in my duties to the Commonwealth. I'll be here at the meetings. I'll be at Ramada and of course attending CTB. But I thought it'd be a great idea to get these folks in. And I'm happy to, if for some reason they aren't able to get here, I'll do my best to make sure I can get them here. I'd be more than happy to facilitate introductions to both of them for anyone that wants to meet them in person. Be happy to do that. We have to be careful that, you know, there are 3 of us, and that's a little dicey, so we won't talk shop, we won't make decisions. There will be no agendized items. So we won't be talking about past votes or prior votes or future votes. So, but I think it'd be a great idea to get them in. So lots of great resources here in the Richmond region. You know, the Hampton Roads member was a little bit sad because he lost his urban at large down there, and we got 2 here. So I just told her that we were coming after more HPP. Give me the side. Anyway, the great people. I enjoyed my time with them. I look forward to serving with them over the next year. I've got one more thing, but I'm gonna let Tiffany, if that's okay, speak to it as it relates to some things that happened in Fulton Yard. She's way more qualified to speak to it than I am, so.
Marginally. So as CVTA remembers, you all initially did an award for about, I think, $15 million to BPRA for the Richmond layover facility around Fulton Yard. There was an announcement that came through from Senator Keene for an additional $25 million that was coming through the build grant for this project. And so I think that was just a big win. I will also mention that we did get some additional funding for the Lafayette Station up in Northern Virginia through VRE and PRTC. So I think just you wanted to mention about that award and how it's a significant win for us here in Richmond area.
Yeah, it is significant, and it's the flexibility of attack and elevating that project through the system and CVTA voting on that funding for that project. It supports the Commonwealth's investment on the other end of it.
Is that fully funded now, or is there still a gap on Fulton Yard?
I think that the original proposal of the budget was roughly around like 60 million. And so if I am trying to do my math between what they might have also gotten from like IIJA and a couple other grants, they are pretty close.
It is.
It is fully funded.
Yeah.
Big win.
Can we shout out Sharon and Henrico County for bringing that to the TAC? I think that was really important. Yeah. And Reverend Nelson. Yeah.
Thank you. Good news. I was entertained last night by Grinley.
She called him out too.
She's something else. So yeah, looking forward to hearing more about the great work and that we continue to do, and looking forward to serving under your leadership, Chair Carroll. All right, any other comments? I do want to make sure that you guys, 5 chairs, I want to go down in history as the most efficient meeting-led chair in 5 years. So
Your average
a plaque or something in there.
We know for a fact your name's gonna go on the wall
It
immediately.
will go on that, so, yeah. All right, here now, we're gonna go ahead, move into closed session. I move that the authority convene in closed session pursuant to Virginia Freedom of Information Act Section 2.2-371181 for the purpose of discussing personnel matters concerning the CVTA employees, during which all recording of the meeting will cease. Is there a second for the motion?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, indicate saying no. All right. All staff, guests, you are to leave the meeting. And that's everybody. Only board members are to remain.